The last problem that I want to show you is a mixture problem. Okay? And I do my mixture problems a little bit different than what is shown in the book. So if you look at an example from the book, it's not going to be done the same way that I'm doing it. Now, the mixture problem. You should be able to do almost any mixture problem or any problem for the most part that we're doing in this section in this way. Let's read through my question first. Macadamia nuts cost an astounding $16.50 per pound, but research by an independent firm says if mixed nuts say that mixed nuts sell better if I add macadamias into it. Okay, so all of y'all think about the can of mixed nuts that you get from the grocery store and how many cashews are really in the mixed nuts. Not many. It's a lot of peanuts and maybe those big fat other yucky nuts, but the really good nuts, there's not that many of them. So that's what this is talking about. Because we have the standard mix of $9.25 per pound. So I want to know how many pounds of macadamias and how many pounds of the standard mix need to be combined to produce 40 pounds. That's going to cost $10 per pound. Okay? So let's let X be the number of pounds of macadamia nuts. And let's let Y be equal to the pounds of the standard nuts. Okay, because those are the two different kinds of nuts that we have. Now the first equation that we're going to write is going to always be about the total. First equation is about the total. Okay? Now, this sentence, let me highlight it right here. It says, how many pounds of macadamias and standard mix should be combined to produce 40 pounds? That's what we're going to take it as right there. How many pounds of macadamia nuts plus the standard nuts need to be combined to produce 40 pounds. So I have so many pounds of macadamias plus so many pounds of standard gives me my 40 pounds. So that's the total, right? That's what we're looking for in this one. The second equation is always going to be about the mixture. Second equation is about the mixture. And the mixture can be percents or dollars. Okay, so the second equation is some sort of combination of what we're mixing. So this last part right here says, okay, well, how much am I going to, how much of each pound of macadamias and standards should I combine with 40 pounds that's going to cost $10 per pound? Okay, so let's go back and see if we can write this one out. I know that this second equation for this case is going to be about the money. If it costs me $16.50 per pound for macadamias, so $16.50 per the macadamias, plus the $9.25, so $16.50 for the macadamias, $9.25 for the standard. And I know that I want this to be equal to the 40 pounds at $10 a pound. Okay, because that's how much I'm actually producing for the whole thing. So I have the dollar amount per the macadamia pounds, the dollar amount of the standards per the pounds of the standard gives me the total pounds and how much I want the total mixture to cost. Okay, so now we can have two equations and we have two unknowns, and we can take one and solve it like we've been doing before. So I'm going to take this first equation and I'm going to solve it for x, and I'm going to say x is equal to 40 minus y. And I'm going to substitute in what I found for x into this second equation, which says 1650 times 40 minus y plus 925y is equal to 40 times 10, which is 400. Okay? distributing the 16.5, I get 660 minus 1650y plus 925y is 400. And now let's collect the y's, and I get 660 minus 725y is 400. And I know that if you're doing this on your calculator or following along, you'll get the same answers. Now I'm going to subtract my 660 to the other side. I end up with negative 725y is equal to negative 260. And now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 725, and I get a positive about 35.9, because the very last thing said rounded to the nearest tenth of a pound. So what I found out was that my y's, which are the standard mix, I want 35.9 pounds of the standard. So I need to take this amount and plug it back into the original equation over here. And let's move that here. I end up with x plus 35.9 is equal to 40. So what I'm finding out is that I need 4.1 pounds of macadamia nuts to mix with my 35.9 pounds of standard to get my total 40 pounds that I want to produce. And if I do it in this manner, then the mixture will cost approximately $10 per pound. Okay, so now you know the big mystery of why you have so many peanuts in your mixed nuts that you buy from the grocery store. And that's how you can work mixture problems. You're always going to have two equations. You always have one equation which talks about a total amount of something. And remember that the second equation is always going to be about a percent or a money. It's always about the money or something like that. That is the mixture right here. Okay? Use this concept to work some of the problems that are on your homework. And like I said, if you look at an example in the book, it's not going to be done this way because I don't like to do the table that they're doing in the book. So I've done it this way.